Welcome into Sportscape. My name is Derek Clyburn, and I'm once again joined by John Felipe. John, how you doing today?
Doing well. I'm doing well. I mean, we got all kinds of winning in the Carolinas. Apparently, the Hornets can win too.
Yeah, man. It's definitely a good time for sports teams in the Carolinas. Like I said, like you said, the Hornets have been playing extremely well lately. I mean, like I said, I think they're 12-3 in their last 15 games, and they've been playing at a very high level. So it's been great to see, great to watch, entertaining. I mean, one of the best watches in the league, and I feel like they're putting the national media on notice because more of them are starting to say like, man, the Hornets team, like this Hornets team is fun to watch, and more than just being fun to watch, they're actually a good team. More people are coming out and saying, man, they could make the playoffs. I mean, we heard Charles Barkley, endorse them over the weekend saying they would make the playoffs. I mean,
They
I've heard
gave
other
a
podcasters
birthday
say the
present.
same.
I don't know if you saw.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I
they
saw
gave
that. Yeah,
a
yeah.
little care package.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So that was cool. Definitely cool to see. They're coming off a win last night where they beat Chicago Bulls. I mean, they started off kind of slow, but
That
came
third
back in the
quarter.
second quarter, and then third quarter, this blitzed the Bulls and this blew them out after that. So, what did you see last night from the Hornets, John? What do you think? What are you thinking about? Yeah,
So, I mean, incredible game. The third quarter was impeccable. It was 42 to, I believe, like 13. Like,
yeah,
wild numbers. We're talking. Like, incredible defense, incredible offensive splashes. Khan Knipple, who we'll talk about later, also had his 200th and 201st three-pointer in that same
yeah,
period. So, like, obviously, this is a team that on the ascension, and to see it as somebody that's been a fan like since they drafted Lamelo Ball. Like, I'm not an OG fan. I'm somebody that like picked it up and like started following, and Lamelo Ball is central to that. Like, it was fun for me to follow because the Ball family was so interesting, and I watched
hmm
Ball in the Family, their show that they had, and I saw
yeah,
Lamelo kind of grow up alongside me, even.
yeah,
And so it's kind of it was like, oh, let me see what's going to go on with that, and to see it get to the point that it is now where Lamelo is legitimately an all-star in my opinion, like, and the ability that he has and his ability not only to shoot and take over a game shooting but to create. And then with Brandon Miller, who we ended up getting one spot not to Wemby, like number two
Wemby, yeah.
overall. But you know what? It might even be for the best. Like, it might, which is a wild thing to say considering who Wemby is. You know what I mean? Like, it might end up being for the best if they just all work together. Like with Brandon Miller, a rangy point forward kind of guy. Like that has incredible upside. Like Paul George, yeah, his
Yeah.
favorite player. um,
Mhm.
and then Con Knipple, who is up to 201 points, 201 three pointers
Threes.
as a
Mhm.
as a rookie, like, is incredible. Like, look at this. Look at this little squad that we've acquired. With Lamelo and Brandon Miller and Con Knipple, and adding guys like Moose Diabante,
Mhm.
who like is just turned from one of the crazy second round picks that is now somebody that might have gone in top 10 if he had the skill set he has today. you know like, I mean, we have a squad that can compete, and it's become clear as we actually competed.
Yeah. I think what I've seen is a team, I mean, that that this they went from being a fun, entertaining team to a team that the fun, entertaining way they play it translates to wins now.
Yeah,
And
that's what
I
people
think it's
always knocked with LaMelo too.
yeah, and I think it's just because of the way Charles Lee and his coaching staff of this made the culture like around the team, and then like them drafting better players like Brandon Miller, Conka Nipple, and then like just the role players buying into the system. I mean, you talked about Musa Diabate, just how important he's been, and like I said, Miles Bridges. I mean, people like to talk about his off the court stuff, but like he's become such an important player for them, and I mean, he's been
His
consistent.
durability. Yep.
Yeah, this is how yeah.
Pretty much Jinx. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, how consistent he's been, so it's just like he knows his role. I mean, he defends, he rebounds. I mean, he hits open shots. I mean, he on the break, he's electric because he has like extreme like athleticism, bounce. So, I mean, he dunk on anybody. So, you know, that just adds a different element to him. And
And he's
Lamelo, he's
actually a
always looking.
great teammate too.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
he's
He's
somebody
like the
that,
oldest, almost the oldest player on the team. Well, he might be the
yeah,
oldest player
dog.
on the team.
Yeah. Like he's the old
Close
man
to it.
at like 28 or something.
Yeah, yeah. The old head, yeah, for sure. And like, so this scene, like him become that consistent player for them, that helps. And then like the bench players, like Grant Williams, when he comes in there, he brings like toughness and grit and defense, and then 3-point shooting and rebounding, all
That's
that
right. And
different
he's
types
come
of
back
things.
for the first time in a long time. He was injured.
Yeah, yeah, he's out. Um, but yeah, and then like guys like Trey Man, when he comes in, he does his thing. I mean, he might not play every night, but when he
Raymond
comes in, he just gives
actually,
that scoring
okay,
punch.
so a lot of people, and I don't want to speak ill on anyone, but a lot of people are saying, and I'm learning more about basketball. It's been 5 years, but I'm somebody that like I don't like to speak about something unless I have a mastery of it or an understanding,
Right.
or at least like a firm understanding. But it seems as though the general discourse is that Trey Man has diminished in his abilities, like especially in his playmaking abilities. Not due to injury, but like they're saying he's not like creating plays for others and like his plus minus will be negative.
Yeah, I think what it is for him is just he's more of like a guy that just comes in and score. And if he's not hitting his shot, he's just unplayable because he doesn't play any defense or
He
does
just
anything
has
else that
one
helps the
thing
team.
that he can
Yeah,
do. Yeah.
right. Yeah,
That's what it seems to be the narrative. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I see. And like I said, he's been in and out of the lineup for that reason. And like I said, like they have other players like Josh Green, like he comes in and plays well. I
Josh
think.
Green's looking good.
Yeah.
He's
Um.
much better as a role player than somebody you have to start. you
Oh
know,
yeah, yeah, for
because
sure. I mean, he's
when we
definitely
had
a
to
role
start
player.
him, like we were like, we hate Josh Green,
Yeah,
and then now like it's like, oh, we love
yeah.
Josh Green.
Much
yeah.
better, much better.
Oh,
So it.
imagine Kobe. That's the thing. Our new addition, Kobe White.
Wait, what?
Like,
Yeah.
imagine him as a role player rather than have to be the point guard. Like, dude is gonna flourish. I think.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, he can just come in and just do this thing. I mean, he can score at elite level, and then he has the size where he can defend, and then
yeah,
he's
and
also. I mean, he
he's
creates for
locked too,
others.
dude. He looks yoked, man.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And he's someone that can hit clutch shots. He's someone that's a winning player. Always has been since high school. So I mean, he's a great player, great addition for the Hornets, I think. And like I
And he
said,
seems
like
like a cool guy. Seems
oh
like a
yeah,
cool guy. I
I mean
like
he's
him. I heard
a
a
good
couple of
dude for
interviews
sure.
of him, and I'm like, oh, I like you. I'm glad you're on the Hornets.
Oh yeah, he's
You know?
always been a cool dude. Like I said, I've been following him since high school. He played high school in North Carolina, so and
Yeah,
he's a
that's right.
all time leading scorer in points in North Carolina. So and then he went to UNC Chapel Hill, and I covered him. So I've been watching him for a while, like
Right.
closely. So and he's
Yeah, of
always been a
course,
good
because he
dude.
went to Chapel Hill. Of course,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Yep. So definitely, I mean, always been rooting for him, and I've been waiting for him to get to a team that he can thrive at. I mean, the Bulls, they just haven't been a winning team, so it's just hard for him to play
That
there.
was
And
like their
then
10th loss in a row. I didn't even know that
oh yeah, I mean they're tanking now, so
against us. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it's like. But the thing I think that's what's taking the Hornets over the top as far as like their ascension is their defense. Like we know, like even the last few years when Lamelo's been there, when he's played, they've been a pretty good offensive team. But it's
Oh,
always the defense
he's
that
their
needed to
answer.
like
Yeah.
take that next step for sure. And I think they've definitely bought in and like just having players that know where to be on the court. Like Brandon Miller's a really good defender, I think. But Nipple, he just knows where to be on the court. Like he might not be the most like, athletic or
Man,
like
we gotta have this
laterally quick,
conversation.
but
And like,
he's like
I'm
knows where to
excited
be.
to talk about Concaniple. We don't have to have it right now. Actually, we could. Might as well. We're talking about
Oh
Con.
yeah. Oh
Like,
yeah.
what do you think about the Rookie of the Year race?
Yeah, right now, I mean, it's definitely got to go to Nipple right now. I just think, I mean, it's a
That's what I'm
close
thinking
race,
too. I feel like
but
I'm not biased to say that. Like,
nah, it really is just because, I mean, Cooper Flag has had like an incredible season. He's averaging like 20 points a game. I mean,
yeah, he's been great too.
like he's had several 30-point games. I mean, he's played extremely well throughout the season. I think it's just the fact that he hasn't he's injured now, so that's going to affect them also with the votes. And then like the Hornets are winning more, so that also sways the voters. I mean,
Yeah,
I look,
and then okay, so one of the arguments that people are making on like Reddit is like, okay, Con Knipple is the third or fourth option on the Hornets, and Cooper Flag is the guy that has to make it happen despite being double teamed. And I get that, but that just shows that like, okay, then they're not playing winning basketball, and then he can just like stat pad, you know,
yeah,
like
in a
I,
way. Yeah, it's definitely a element to it for sure. Like you said, it's just like Concanip. I mean, their stats are similar, and he's
yeah,
still averaging like he's averaging what 19 points a game, basically 20, like 19.8 or something like that. Like
but like
more efficient too.
they're both doing incredibly well. But like
Hmm.
the what Khan's doing is contributing efficiently, like you were saying, to winning basketball. What
Exactly.
Cooper Flag is doing is just being a one man all star. You know, like it's
Hmm.
easy to like get numbers when you're doing that. Like if you're
Right.
not contributing to
Right.
winning, it's just like, okay, well, let me just, I don't need to open up like the playbook or like make sure that my teammates are getting into it. It's just slam dunk.
Exactly. Exactly. And this is when it's strictly to this race. I mean, like you said, like Colin Nipple is like, you know, attributing to winning more, like helping winning more. And he's averaging 20 points. And he's not like he's averaging like 12 or 13. Like think about it. Even as a third or fourth option, he's still averaging 20 points. And then that's as many points as Cooper Flag is basically averaging too. So it's like how much like different is it? And he's averaging more efficiently too. So it's like, I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
people
he
were
may
saying,
give it, but it's in the flow of the offense. It's attributing to winning. I
yeah,
mean, they depend on him to make winning like clutch shots. Like they go to him like on, on these possessions to make clutch shots and to make game winning plays, and he's out there doing it. I
people were
mean,
saying it was going to be like the Jason Kidd year where it was like a co rookie of the year kind of thing. They did that in the NFL
mm,
too, with
I think they
one.
tend not to do that anymore, just because
I was
I
gonna
think
say, well, I
yeah
was saying people were saying that, but
yeah
the reason that it's likely not going to happen is they changed the system in 2003, and it's not
right
just a one-to-one vote anymore. It's a point-based system, and it's very unlikely to get exactly the same amount of votes.
exactly right. And another thing, I feel like Khan is good. While Lamelo and Brandon might be the number one options, I mean one and two options. I think Concanippo has probably been the most consistent player out of all three of those guys. As far as
Oh,
like from
not even. It's not even a question. That's just an objective fact.
exactly like from night to night, because like I said, Lamelo and Brandon Mill,
He's
they have these nights
20
where
years old.
right.
Have you heard this guy speak?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Dude sounds like he could be a coach. Like he's 20 years old. Like I'm so glad they make them like that. it like humbles myself. Like sometimes I think like, oh, I feel like I'm relatively intelligent, and then I hear somebody like that, and I'm like, oh no, there's other awesome like brilliant people out out there.
Yeah. And in addition to that, I mean, he leads the league in 3 pointers made, and then he was made what
He
201, like you said
leads.
earlier,
He leads on top of the rookie thing. He leads the entire league.
entire
Insane.
league, and he's leading Donovan Mitchell by 10. Like he has 10 more than the next person
Yeah.
right now,
Yeah, and he
and
beat.
he's
Did you see the clip where he got the 3-pointer over Donovan Mitchell, Spida, and he that was the one that put him over his rookie year statistic.
oh yeah, for sure. And like you said, how efficient he's been. I mean, he's basically 48% from the field, 43 from percent from three, and then 89 from the free throw line. And if he can get like the 50-49, he'd be like if he get the 50%
Oh yeah,
from the field, 40% from three, and 90% from the free throw line, he'll be the first rookie to ever do that in the NBA
yep.
history. So
Walker
yeah, he'd be
Mayow,
good.
who does Locked on Hornets, the
Hmm.
podcast,
Oh
and
yeah, I know who that
he
is. Yeah.
actually
Yep.
follows me on Twitter, which is cool. But
Nice.
he he was posting for a couple of yesterday. I think it was like maybe yesterday or 2 days ago. It was like, please get 50, 40, 90 for Concaniffle. Please. That's all I asked for. He was posting all of that, and I was like, yes, let's do it. The first
Yeah.
rookie ever.
Definitely. And I think he's only like, I think they say he was he's 6 away from breaking Keegan Murray's rookie record.
Oh, he's gonna
So,
demolish it with no as
oh
long as
yeah, it's
there's
gonna
no
be,
injuries. Yeah.
I was gonna say he's gonna demolish that, yeah, for sure. So, I mean, like I said, he's doing it, and he did it like in the fewest, what he said, the fewest games to get the 200 threes, in a season. So,
Yeah, and he did it back to back. That was sick.
yeah, so
We
he's
get
having
to
like I said,
200 to
incredible
2.
season. Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely a close race. I mean, this rookie class has been so great. I mean, you got so many. You got, I mean, at the very top, you got, you know, Cooper and Khan and VJ Edgecombe and Dylan Harper. I mean, those four alone. I mean, this rookie class has been really good, and that
I
like those
can't
players alone.
believe it, but like I was feeling so upset because I wanted VJ Edgecombe so bad, and he's still a stud. I mean,
Oh man, he's good.
not to take anything away from him, but like I was so disappointed. It's like, oh, we didn't get Cooper Flag or VJ Edgecombe. Like, oh, this sucks. And then to see how Con Knipple has panned out, it makes me like, okay, maybe I'm not even gonna say I want a specific person. I just want the best outcome. You know?
Yeah, I think that Khan was the right pick just because the Hornets needed that type of the player that he
Archetype.
is. Yeah, the archetype, and then like this the basketball savant and how smart he is, the basketball IQ he has for that team, because they've been known of like players they don't play like fundamentally sound basketball. And Con Knipple, that's what he plays. I mean, he's out there, he's making smart plays all over the court on offense and defense,
Constantly. He's
and
so
it's
smart.
affecting everybody else on the team.
Honestly, it's funny. I've talked about how like I'm, predominantly a football fan, and then I've learned more about basketball. Watching Khan like and listening to his interviews and like the way he like dissects it, and then watching him play, it makes me understand the game of basketball more. I was like, oh, he moved this way because he's trying to draw this guy over here, kind of vibe.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, like I said, I mean, we talked about like how good the Hornets like offense has been. I mean, because like the net rating thing, like basically, I mean, one of the best teams in offensive rating, and then all the major like offensive categories like true shooting percentage, 3-point percentage, like they're like tops of the league, especially this month. I mean, they're like since January, it's been like they've been top in the league in all those categories, and I think that also I think this I saw this one stat where it said that Lamelo, Khan, and Brandon Miller lead the league in like threes, like for like this month. I think it is.
I saw that. Yeah. Yeah,
Like
for
no, in
2026.
2026. 2026, they have the most threes. Like Lamelo's one, Brandon Miller's two, and then Khan is three. So they had the top three uh players with most threes in 2026. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's just incredible the way their offense is flowing, and just the pace they play at, man. The activity they have defensively, like the way they're able to move, and like you just see like the lateral quickness and like them being so active defensively in passing lanes, and then they're just going up and down the court in transition. I mean, once you once they get the ball in transition, they're pretty much unstoppable.
Yeah, I mean the speed too. Honestly, we've done a lot with it, this is what makes it fun for me to watch. The player development. Like oh my gosh. Moose Diabante, like
Hmm.
seeing him go from a second round pick that was on a two-way contract to a prominent starter, like
Yeah.
we see that, we see I mean obviously like Colin Sexton really helped out with us. Kobe White's coming, like there's LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, Con Knipple came out like fresh out the box, like already an
Hmm.
all-star. Like, so we have quite the squad. I feel as though there's only, you know, upward trajectory from here.
For sure. And I had this one thing I saw. We talked about 5-man lineups, I think was it last week. But it says that Charlotte Hornets they currently own the best net rate of any 5-man lineup since 2004.
Wow.
So
That's a great stat. I didn't know that. I know that there was a lot of statistics about the specific lineup. What?
mhm.
She's silly. Genesis I. There's a lot of statistics of our lineup that shows that we're like on the top of the NBA and a lot of metrics. But I didn't know it was like from 2004 to now. That's wild.
Yeah. Like I don't know. But like if you like think about like they're plus 32.1 their net rating, and think about you see some of these like teams that are on here.
Yeah.
I mean, you see the Miami Heat on here, 12-13 Miami Heat. You know, they had LeBron, Wade, and Bosh. I mean, come on, man,
Well,
one of the
that
best teams
was
ever.
a statistic that came out as well, that we were one of only three teams with that 2012 Miami Heat team that in 1 month beat a team by 50 points two different
Yep,
times. Yeah,
yep.
yeah, which was wild.
Like I'm looking at the San Antonio Spurs is on here. The Golden State Warriors is on here. I mean, some really good teams. I mean, Boston Celtics was on here, so they're in some good company with some of these teams that are on here. And like I said, I mean that's just how well they're playing. They might not like finish the season as like successful as those teams were that year, but they're young and they're able to. They haven't like they're starting off with a good like on a good path. Like this would be a launching pad for them going forward. How they continue to build chemistry and continue to build around the team and make the team better. But I mean, they can gain some confidence going forward. I mean, but they're off to a good start, and like I said, they turned this season around. I mean, from where they were at the beginning of the season to where they're now. I mean, this is a total turnaround of events.
Yeah.
And like they yesterday was their eighth straight road win, which is the most in franchise history. First time they won eight road wins in a row. So I mean, they're doing a lot of firsts, and it's crazy because I didn't know this, but I'm pretty sure their road record is better than their home record this year, which is kind of crazy because
The
they've
losses
been
only
known,
came at home, like after their streak. Yeah.
which is crazy because in the past they've been known more for like they play better at home, but this year they've kind of taken that on the road, which is good for them and for a young team as well. But I think the last I guess question I have for the Hornets right now, or for us at least that we'll talk about is, what do you think is the best case scenario for like this team like this season, like what they can do and what they can accomplish
Good
as far
question.
as yeah.
That's a good question. I think in terms of best case scenario, obviously there's a chance that we. Oh my gosh, why do you do this? All right, this little guy is going to come up here as I talk about the Hornets making their best case scenario. So I don't. All right. All right. So, best case scenario, I think we're able to make the playoffs outright and we
Hmm.
don't have to even deal with the play in.
Right.
And then once we get into the playoffs, I mean, I get delusional. We're winning we're winning the chip. Just in my head. So you're telling me there's a chance. Um, Worst case scenario, I say, is we win the play in and then get blown out and lose our lottery pick.
Mm,
You
okay.
know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then get blown out. Like, yeah, or no, I
Like
mean,
sweat. You know.
go to the play in and then get blown out.
I'll
No, no,
get
no,
blown out
no,
in the play. In the play.
no. Actually, I do mean win the plan because then that way we couldn't get the lottery pick. If we lose in the plan, we could. Yeah,
Mm, yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, definitely. I think that like you said, like the best case scenario I think is definitely them making the playoffs outright, like you said. But also winning a playoff series, or even like I would okay, I won't say winning. Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, that would probably be the best case scenario. But realistically, I was thinking like pushing a team like the 6 or 7 games in the first round. Like
Yeah, like the Panthers
yeah,
did with the Rams.
yeah, yeah.
Like
Pushing a
a
team to six
good
or seven
team,
games, giving them a
a
tough
good
series. Yep.
like a good team, like pushing them to the edge and being competitive, and still
Yeah,
having that good draft pick.
yeah, for sure. For sure. Because like I said, their style is so unique and it travels. I mean, you like you said, I mean they have an awesome home crowd, and then like can you imagine like the atmosphere it'll be if the first time in the playoffs in like was it 10 years? Um
Yeah,
so so
2016 for the Hornets, 2018 for the Panthers.
yep. So I mean the atmosphere being crazy. I mean, and then they play like a unique style in their high powered offense, and then their defense, they get active. So and then like the teams at the top are not that like they're not like unbeatable. So
Yeah,
but so it's definitely like they have a chance like as far as like competing and showing like this is the first step. Like kind of like the Panthers this year, how the Panthers showed that they are like on that upward trajectory, that like the Hornets can be on the same type of path as far as like
yeah,
this
and
could be
it's
that
cool.
stepping
It'll
stone to
be
the next chapter.
it'll make the whole like off season way more fun. I remember last season I was just feeling so demoralized, like because I had been actually following the Hornets for years. Like
Hmm.
I'm still learning about basketball and like the intricacies, but like I still follow what happened, and it's just like, dang, we thought this team was going to be good, and it was not good, and
Yeah,
everybody was injured. Like,
yeah. I think the injuries was what definitely hurt the team, and then like I think the players just not having enough good players on the team, and then like Khan is coming in this year and just being good,
oh,
better than everybody expected.
Khan coming in and everybody being healthy at the same time is just, and I mean the guys that we had, like bringing in the young bull Colin Sexton, like salute to that guy. He helped install like everything that's going on with the Hornets. Like he was a part of it, so he installed the culture. Like I'm glad
For
that he
sure.
was here, and then now we have Kobe White that can like take the baton, and then of course Musa Diabate and Miles Bridges with his consistency, just being the same player every day, day in and day out. And then Brandon Miller and Lamelo Ball being healthy.
Yeah, for sure. the Hornets are definitely a team that we're gonna be keeping our eye on. I mean, like I said, they must see TV every night now. I mean,
Yeah.
before, I mean, I've been watching the NBA for at least since like college. I've been watching like every night. Like I'll be watching the NBA at least whatever the good games are on. I'm watching pretty much. So I mean, the Hornets are now in that rotation. I mean, I watched them in the past, but it wasn't like I had to watch them. I'd be like, oh, if the game is close, I'm like, oh, let me check in and see what the Hornets are doing.
Oh yeah. It
But
was
now,
never must see TV
yeah,
like
like
until
now it's
now.
like I gotta watch them like every night just to see what they do. Yeah,
Yeah.
because even like you just have like crazy nights, like when Lamelo hit those 10 threes against Washington like the other night, like just
Wild.
yeah,
And
like
he
those
just kept
teams.
shooting. He didn't stop.
I mean, this is a shot making. I mean, those shots you shouldn't be taking. Like those are not normal
They're
shots.
heat checks. And then he just
Exactly.
does
And
it.
he's shooting like he's barely like he's shooting off of one leg, like he's playing around. Like it looks like for the
Yo,
most
it's
part.
like the wildest thing. LaMelo Ball is like the most unconventional like basketball player you'll ever see. No player is in the mold of LaMelo Ball. Like
I mean, he just taking any type of shot. Like he's taking like horse shots. Like he's just like yeah, let me just take this shot and dude in front of him,
he
everything.
shoots like he drives with reckless abandon. Jenna just said she showed me a video about that. And she laughed because it was funny.
Oh man,
Terrorizing the
yeah,
streets, she says.
yeah. I'm glad I don't be downtown like
No,
that.
seriously. And it'll be like the most obvious person too, like, dang, got hit by LaMelo Ball, like with a camouflage like tank. Yeah, around the 2006 Honda Civic. LOL.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, but the Hornets are definitely in, been entertained, and we'll be looking forward to watching them the rest of the season. But as we move along, man, right now in the NFL is combine time. I mean, the NFL combine, it starts out tomorrow. Um,
Yeah, like in terms of the actual on-field
on the
drills.
on field activities. I mean, GMs and coaches and
We're talking, yeah.
everybody's pretty much like they can have meetings with players and stuff already and different things like that. That's been going on the last couple of days, but the on field stuff starts up tomorrow. But man, oh, let's do this first. Let's do Panthers Colts news first.
Okay.
Um, so the Panthers, um, I guess the biggest news coming out was them naming Brad Isaac the new offensive coordinator.
Right.
And Dave Canales is now relinquishing his duties as the play caller. But how do you feel about that? And like, what direction you think the offense is going to go in with the new change?
Yeah, I think that was a very mature decision by Dave Canales, and I think he's going to be. I mean, he he definitely does like take a step back in the play calling, but he's going to be more involved in like just the general vibe
Mm-hmm.
as the head coach, like being able to be aware of more things, especially like game planning and or I should say like um, logistics wise, like challenging plays and making sure that the right personnel is there, that individual players know who's in and who's out, like, and truly being a leader of men, like walking around and being like, that's right, that's how you do it. Because when he's like stuck to his playbook, he can't do that. I don't know, sometimes if you watch the Panthers games, like he'll like quickly like be like, good job, but like then he's back to his like playbook. He can't
Yeah.
do that if he's he can't be the same leader. So I think that aspect for Dave Canales is going to be great. In terms of Brad Itzik, I'm I have some hope to see what he can do. It's a completely blank slate. Whatever he does is going to be different than what we've done before. So hey, maybe it'll be better. Hopefully, it's not worse. Like, I think
Yeah.
he seems like, especially because he's not going to be the head coach, like being there, like around, surrounded by people as he's trying to call plays. Hopefully, he could maybe sequence a little better. That was something that Dave Canales, his sequencing at times would just be like, that doesn't make sense right there, you know.
Hmm.
So, I mean, he already is somebody that a lot of people around the league were excited about even prior to getting this job as an offensive coordinator back when he was with Dave Canales in Tampa Bay. Even when he was in Seattle a little bit, there was some buzz. So let's see what he can do, you know. Let's let him cook,
Yeah,
I should say. I was thinking of the word I was going to say. Let's let him cook.
for sure. I definitely think is you know, it's definitely an interesting decision. But probably the smart move by Dave Canal is just so he can do everything you just stated about being like the leader of men, like the CEO type, like you're over everything, you're overseeing everything instead of, having to do like the other stuff, like focus on one part and like missing out on other stuff. But I definitely think that as far as the offense, like I mean, it probably would be a little bit different, but I think the main thing is just allowing the offense to flow and get a rhythm earlier in games, you know? S-
And the thing is, Price can do it. That's the thing that's frustrating. I can understand playing so safe if like
Yeah.
you have a quarterback that every time they drop back, it could be an interception. You know, like I understand that, but like Price is so when the circumstances are healthy and he has like a a, a like 2 second buffer to throw the ball and he knows the play and everything's fine. Like he almost never throws interceptions, you know? He only throws interceptions when it's like he's dropping back and somebody's on him and he just tosses it, you know? Like
Hmm.
so yeah, I would like to see him start the game off, start to Jalen Coker, see what happens, you know?
Plays, you know? Yeah, definitely. And I definitely think that can help. I mean, just like, you know, having the offense be what it was at the end of the season, like the start of the season, like don't wait until like the end. Because, they had those games where they were scoring like what 10, 14, like they're a better offense than that, I mean, Bryce having like under 100 yards, like that doesn't that just shouldn't happen. Like people, like it shouldn't be a part of the season. People,
Play calling is annoying as fudge because the times that he calls runs, I get he wants to establish the run, but he calls it in the most obvious experiences. Like they all know you're about to run the ball because they get what you're trying to do. And then you get like 2 yards, and then now you're on 3rd and 8. Like,
yeah, I
hopefully
mean
that's
it's
not the case
frustrating.
anyway. And
Yeah,
like anymore, like when we have, you know,
yeah, it can be frustrating because you're watching and it's like what are they doing? Like like the inconsistency, the up and down, like how it was, like being more consistent. That's what they want. We want to see from the offense. I mean, putting up points every single week, so people aren't questioning Bryce like his stat line. They're like, oh man, this because people still were thinking, man, Bryce can't play, but we seen like flashes, but they're not doing the same thing every week. Like it- one week they'll give him the keys and let Bryce cook, and the next week they'll have like this super
I mean, you know, the
conservative
one that they made that
game
they let him
plan.
cook the most, right?
Yeah.
That freaking Falcons game
Uh,
where he broke the
yep.
record.
Exactly. And so it's about being consistent. Just let them take the handcuffs off. I mean, we said that throughout I've said it throughout the season. I'm like, take the handcuffs off. He's the quarterback. You gotta let him do this thing. I mean, you gotta trust him at some point. He's shown what he can do. So just trust him. Let him do his thing. And I mean, if the game, dictates you running the ball more, but let you get a lead first. Don't start doing it early. You're being overly conservative, and then it's 3 and out, and then like you don't score any points and you're down. It's
Yeah.
hard to like come back and then now it's obvious passing situations because you're down 14 or 21 or whatever the case may be, and so
They
it's
only run
difficult
it
to.
just to be like, oh, maybe you should leave your linebackers a little closer.
Exactly, exactly. But also one thing we saw was it Bradley Bozeman like retiring. I think
I
I know.
saw that. That was cool. Bradley Bozeman and his wife Nikki Bozeman, um, back like when they were here, they actually did a lot in Charlotte. So
Yes, that
I
was
like it.
interesting.
They're cool
I did.
people. I messaged them on social media one time. I invited them to one of my shows, and Nikki Bozeman responded. She said
Oh
like,
wow.
"Oh yeah, she did." She's like, "Oh, I would love to do that, but we're actually going to be in Puerto Rico or some
Oh,
like
yeah.
they're on vacation or something. But if you have another date, let me know," kind of thing. And I was like, "Wow, that is very cool." That
Yeah,
that's the kind of thing you don't forget, you know.
yeah, for sure. But that was interesting to see that he was retiring for sure.
Good people.
Um.
I met them. We have a picture together.
Oh wow. Nice, nice. That's dope for sure. But I think what was the other news I saw? Oh, the Andy Dalton news. We talked about this earlier. There's exploring, trades. What they've been called. I think they've been like people teams have reached out to him about Andy Dalton, like the possibility of trading for Andy Dalton,
Yeah.
and you were saying different things in like the text, but um, we've seen that he's been like an effective backup quarterback. But what would you what would you say would be a good return for Andy Dalton? What you would like the Panthers to get back in return for him?
That's yeah, kind of what I said earlier. I was debating between 6th or 5th, but like I feel as though because of the leader he is in the locker room and we still have like money on his contract and he's just there and he could start theoretically, like that's the kind of thing that warrants at least a 5th round pick. Like where I'm debating like between 6th or 5th.
Yeah, I definitely think that it can be in that range. Like I said, Andy Dalton's a good backup. I don't know I mean which teams exactly are just inquiring about him, but I mean he's a good backup. I mean solid backup. I mean he didn't
Well, I
last
mean,
year.
you see how important a backup is. Like you as a Colts fan, like seeing
Oh yeah,
everything that happened.
come on, man.
I mean, like it's important to have somebody that can play a game, in the league.
For sure, for sure. And and I heard if they were to trade Andy Dalton, people were saying like the Panthers would go like in a younger route, go a younger route as for the backup quarterback instead of like getting like a I guess like an older quarterback.
That's what,
You know,
yeah, Dan Morgan's alluded to that a little bit ago, speaking about maybe double dipping in both the draft and in free agency. People were saying something about Zach Wilson being a possibility on a cheap contract, which hey, maybe
as a
like
backup, hey,
you know,
no, I
yeah,
mean, why not?
exactly, exactly. I mean, he was a top 5 pick at one point for some reason, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, for sure. Um,
I think Sam
y-
Darnold. Like people are getting excited because Sam Darnold, but like he was the most prototypical quarterback ever. Like it
yeah,
was easy to project that he could do well under the right circumstances.
right. And it's like let's be honest, that's probably a once in a lifetime type thing.
Not
Like,
gonna
I
happen.
don't think it's gonna happen like anytime soon, like that type of,
Yeah,
resurgence or like, to a career. And it's hard. I mean, and I know teams are probably searching for it, probably looking for it with like Tua or like Kyler Murray or something.
I
Even
would
though
go.
Kyler Murray,
Yeah.
it hasn't been like sorry, he's been
Oh,
solid, but
I would go honestly. If anybody is gonna succeed, I would think Kyler Murray would.
yeah. If he
But
gets
I mean,
in
out
that
of these
system,
guys, out of the guys that are available, like
available for
because
sure.
to I don't know, it's difficult. I can't tell.
It's just
It's
the
difficult to see.
concussions, the injuries.
That's
Yeah,
I was literally I didn't want to make it about the concussions, but it like seems like the concussions kind of scrambled his brain a little bit.
definitely affected him in a different way because he's
Yes,
definitely acted totally different since then.
way different than what he used to be. Like,
Yeah, so it's interesting. I
yeah,
know people have hyped up like Malik Willis, saying like did he like people were saying like
that's
he
what
might
I
actually
people
get
are saying.
paid
Like it.
like
Some people
this.
are saying 30 million. I was like, LOL. Yeah, okay.
And I was like,
I mean, maybe if he does, good for him. But
he was solid as a backup for Jordan Love last year. I think he had
30
like six
million is not solid
touchdowns,
as
zero
backup
interception.
money. 30 million
Yeah,
is.
yeah. I mean, if they that desperate, I guess maybe. But when I was looking at some of the teams they were mentioning, like as far as like teams that might be interested, I was like, yeah, he's not gonna be good at those situations. Like I heard like Arizona, like Pittsburgh. I was just like, are y'all serious right now? Miami. I'm like, those are all horrible situations to go to.
You know who everybody wants to go to?
Oh yeah, Minnesota for sure.
Number one. Number one, Minnesota. Everybody wants to go to Minnesota. They're thinking they can take the job from JJ and become
Oh
the
yeah.
next Sam Darnold.
That'll be my first. That'll be my first. I'll be if I was a quarterback. I'll be talking to my agent right now. I'm like, go ahead and call Minnesota, see what they're doing over
Yep.
there. First pro call.
We'll
Right,
be
go ahead and
talking
see what they
Kevin
got going
O'Connell, see what's happening.
for sure. For sure. Was there anything else that stood out in Dan Morgan's press conference? That you heard?
Um, I mean, I think the biggest thing of the week so far was Dan or not Dave Canales not calling plays anymore. I think that was for the most part the most shocking thing. Dan
Hmm.
Morgan kind of just gave the most obvious answers, like we're looking for edge rush help, we're looking for off fall linebacker. Like,
Yeah,
congratulations on Luke Kuechly making the Hall of Fame. Like, yeah,
yeah. It definitely seems like he was like keeping it close to the vest as far as like what they didn't want to do.
not saying much at all, and I like it when he says more for my sake. It's
Yeah,
probably
yeah, for
it's
sure.
probably best that he doesn't, but I like knowing information, you know. Like, and so he definitely this time around he's like learning to put more layers because he's somebody that can be very honest.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess the most interesting thing was just hearing him talk about Xavier Leggett, and maybe it's just because he likes him, but he was just saying like, oh, he's hungry, he's motivated,
Yep.
they have full belief in him. Maybe it's just just
Yeah.
being nice to him as far as like I guess to see what he has. But I mean, is like I said, I guess they're just gonna play it out until he's like a free agent. Let's just see what he can do. you know, I mean,
Yeah, there was see a lot of people are saying, okay, maybe we should trade Xavier Leggett. And there was a trade that I saw, like a rumor that I saw that was like Michael Pittman for Xavier Leggett, and then we gave our fifth and they gave their seventh. So kind of like a one for one thing.
mhm,
And the problem with that is he's a $3.5 million asset at this point
right,
until the end of his rookie deal. Like Michael
yeah,
Pittman is being paid like 20 plus million a year.
exactly,
Why
yeah,
why would you do that? If somebody's willing to
yeah.
trade a receiver that's like that has that much of a cap hit, they're trying to get rid of the receiver. Like, you know,
Exactly. I
yeah. So
mean,
might as well like, hey, we got Jalen Coker for free. Luckily, didn't deserve it, but we got him. And that was the same year as Xavier Leggett. And so just imagine him as the first round pick. Besides that, just use Xavier Leggett on this rookie contract for whatever we can do. He's being paid like $3, $4 million a year. Put him on punt return duties. It doesn't matter. There's no opportunity cost. Get value out of him.
Exactly.
What is he good at? You know, figure out what he can do. Like,
Exactly. Exactly. Use him, I guess, to his best ability, wherever that may be.
exactly. And then maybe he ends up being the receiver we thought he could be. Like,
Maybe
but like then you have to figure that out on your own time. Like if he has, like just like we'll put him in like what he needs to do to be a beneficiality for the team, you know.
for sure, for sure. And I think one thing I've heard like from reading like a lot of different things about what most GMs have said around the league about this draft, like it just being like how deep it is and how like it's very top heavy like at the top and then it's like more of like a deeper draft. So teams are looking to like trade
Trade
down
down.
and like yeah, trade back and just
Yep.
like
That's
get more
that's true.
assets.
That's what people are saying. Yeah, like everybody wants to trade back. Nobody wants a top 10 pick in this draft.
Yeah, I mean they're saying that like it's like a lot of like solid starters in this draft, but like not like a lot of like franchise players or
See,
like
at
cornerstone
19,
players.
like we're like right out the cusp of like Sonny Styles, Caleb Downs,
Hmm.
maybe one of the top tackles like Fano from Utah, like
Yeah,
you know, like we're just like right out of the cusp. So I could definitely imagine us moving down, or maybe taking a guy like we were talking about before, CJ Allen, from Georgia, the linebacker.
yeah, yeah. I
But
mean,
it would be nice to trade down and get some additional assets.
for sure. I mean, I think that it's probably the smartest thing to do right now, and as far as in this draft, just with the way everything's going, and I think that most teams are going to go in that route. I mean, the good teams, the ones that can, they will. But as far as like the Colts, so like what I've heard, like, well, I mean, the first and foremost, we heard like they're working on deals with for to re-sign Alec Pierce and Daniel Jones. I think, I mean, they said they're still working on like the details, but they don't want Alec Pierce like to reach free agency. Like they don't want him to go into free agency, but they don't want to. They want to sign him before free agency. Let's put it like that. So and then they're talking about like a multi-year deal with Daniel Jones. So
That
that's
would be smart
interesting.
to take Alec Pierce before even testing the market.
Exactly, exactly, definitely. And then with Daniel Jones just being like the multi-year deal, I mean, I'm kind of on the fence about that. I just don't. I'm worried about the injury, but some I have heard reports saying that he may be ready for training camp, but I'm at the same time I'm just like, what if he's not the same player when he comes back? Like, what if he's not the same player and we sign him to like this multi-year deal? I'll just be I'll be hot about that. So it's kind of like, what are we signing him to? What's the
That
number? And
sounds
then like,
like that
how long
sounds
are we
like AK
talking?
Quanu.
You know?
Sounds like AK Quanu too,
Yeah.
because he just
I mean,
you know
he just tore what he is
patella
like his knee
tendon.
is his patella tendon, right? That's right. And it's like, so be smart about it. I wouldn't if it's more than 2 years, I'll probably wouldn't like that. But I'm like, if it's a 2 year deal, I might not be too upset. I just don't like if the number is high and be like, why? But at the same time, he did play pretty well this year, and if he can get back to that level, that'd be great. But you're taking a chance on him, like saying he's going to recover from this injury, like, and so he already tore his ACL, now he tore his Achilles. So how, is he going to be able to return back to form like he was?
Yeah,
We'll see. So
yeah,
it's definitely interesting, and I'm like, all right, let's just see what happens at this point. I mean, if we can get him, back, then fine. But I'm not. I was down with it. I was really down. I was really okay with a 1 year deal, honestly. I just signed him for a 1 year deal. Maybe he would. Maybe he didn't want to take a 1 year deal. Maybe it's like in negotiations. He's saying like he only will resign if he could get a multi-year deal. But I'm like, okay, but so we'll see. But other news I heard. they also like Ballard in his interview actually also talked about Tre'Davious Ward. It actually said he's actually in good spirits, like he's probably leaning towards coming back.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's because he lost his daughter. I mean, how do you ever recover for something like that? Yeah. But
yeah.
he's
So
he's been through a long journey. So the fact that he is leaning towards coming back, especially such a great player, that's good.
yeah, so that's definitely was good news. But I mean, they said nothing set in stone, but he's definitely leaning towards coming back. So that's great news. Um, they said DeForest Buckner should be back for training camp, so that's good. Also good to hear. Um, but I think the best thing that I heard from him was just him saying like how that we need to address the defense. Like that's the main focus this offseason, just addressing the defense. Like it's getting more talent on that end, getting
And
more
and
players.
I mean, you start off with Sauce, and you're ascending defensive linemen, like Liatu Latu, um, all your other ones that are like kind of ascending and around that same age, 2, 3 year mark, you know.
Yeah,
So, and then of course you have that offense, which we were talking about defense, but like with Tyler Warren on the ascension, like it's a good team to be a part of.
for sure. I mean, the offense to me, I'm not really worried about the offense. Like I said, it's the defense that
Yeah.
gave me like fits. I mean, the only time the offense made me mad is when they were doing like dumb stuff, like throwing it down the field like on 3rd and 1 or 2 or something crazy stuff like that. But other than that, the offense was fine. And then like Daniel Jones started. I mean, the pass rush started getting back there
Yeah.
just because I don't know what was going on with those plays. But like I said, the defense is the main concern. I think we talked about it, linebackers, obviously, and then like just getting younger on the defensive line. You know, as far as like because Forrest Buckner is getting older, Grover Stewart's getting older. Even though they're still good players, they're getting older. So you want to be able to develop players behind them that can actually produce and take over at some point. And have that type of rotation, kind of like how the Eagles. I mean, the Eagles had like older players and they were like drafting like younger players to back them up, and they were able to
Especially on the
rotate
D
them.
line. Yeah.
Yeah,
They
yeah, like how they were
really
able
got
to
that.
rotate them.
I cannot believe they let Jalen, what I'm talking about, Carter, Jalen Carter from Georgia. I cannot believe they let him fall to the Eagles.
That was insane. That was insane. I
And then
mean,
the linebacker too. Oh my gosh,
the
last year.
Kobe Dean.
No, last year's
Oh,
linebacker.
last year. What was his name? I forget what his
Starts
name
with a
was.
J or something. When I hear it, I would know it, but all these names kind
Yeah,
of get jumbled together.
I was about to say. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can't think of his name. There's so many
But you know
Georgia
what I'm
players they
talking
have
about,
now.
the top inside linebacker of last year's class.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I think yeah. Like they have so many Georgia players now, so it's crazy. I mean, they had Kobe Dean, Nolan Smith, all those players, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter. You know,
Yep.
so it's crazy. But definitely, the Colts are have an interesting thing. I mean, they also said they didn't want to use a franchise tag on anybody, so they pretty much want to get their deals done and be able to,
I mean, it
use their
makes
money
sense.
freely. Yeah,
It's a much smarter thing to do, especially when you're a team that your system can work and you have the players to execute the system. Let's not let's not start taking big chunks of the cap. You know that might
definitely,
not be necessary. You know?
definitely. How do you feel about the franchise tag? Do you think it's necessary for a league to have those, or you think that it's just like
Man, I'm kind of conflicted. That's funny. There was a discourse on Twitter about this the other day. I I don't know, because on one hand, as a fan, it's like, okay, if they really can't reach a deal, like, I'm glad that we can know for certain that the player is coming back because I'm invested in this player.
right,
Like,
right,
so, like, whatever needs to be done, and then afterwards, the power of friendship is going to make them sign a long-term contract. No, but then on the other side, it's so anti, like, worker, like that
hmm
that it shouldn't be allowed from a labor standpoint, like
right,
as the the person providing your services. Like there should be no reason that you could be like, nope, you can't have long term security. In fact, I'm gonna make sure you only have 1 year of security, and it'll be like a little bit of a pay raise. Like that's kind of messed up, you know.
Yeah. I think I'm more than anything. I hate this. You can do it more than once. I mean, like
Oh,
that's
that's
what.
absolutely blasphemous. That's insane.
You're right.
That should not be the case. The 1 year thing should be like, all right, let's talk about this
Yeah.
next year, you know, and then
Exactly.
that's it. Like, if you can do it multiple years, like, it's kind of like you control the person at that point.
Exactly. That's like I said. That's the one I do not like. Then I think they should change
And then
that
they
rule.
can never have long term security with a game that literally somebody randomly has career ending injuries on a whim. And you're going to say,
Exactly.
like, 2 years from now, just keep doing that. And then 2 years from now, we'll talk about it again when you're like 28 instead of 26. No, screw
Yeah.
that. Like,
Exactly. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's definitely insane how that works. And like I said, like
yeah,
that's the main part I don't like is that multiple years you get in the franchise tag. That's ridiculous to me
it's not good for the player.
at all. But yeah, as I mentioned earlier, we talked about the combine is getting ready to take place, the on-field activities. Um, John, when you think about the combine, what's some of your favorite memories from the combine? Do you have any that come up to mind when you think about the combine? Some things that happened, transpired.
Combine, combine is like the Pro Bowl. It used to be way more fun. Like I remember like 2011 ish, 2010, like Cam Newton was running, Andrew Luck was running, RG3 was running, everybody was doing everything. Like they wore
Yeah.
those little buttons in the middle of their shirts from
Oh
Under
yeah.
Armour. It was way more fun back then. Now it's like half
Yeah.
the people aren't doing it. But I understand too. Cause like I say, my consumerism stance, because I want to see the best product, is like I don't care what's going on. I just want to see everybody do everything. But then
Yeah.
as I realized the labor aspect, like you can injure yourself, you can tank your position and not get as much money. There's no, especially if you believe in your tape, there's no reason to add to the spectacle. You know, that it doesn't matter how it's perceived. It's just about you like getting the most money you can. Like,
Exactly. And that's why people have done like lean to more towards, especially the quarterbacks, lean more towards the pro days,
yep.
doing like pro days
But they have
instead
a
of like
more controlled environment.
exactly. But I think my favorite moment, like the year in 2023, I think that's one of my favorite moments when CJ Stroud, Anthony Richardson, and Will Levis were throwing the football, like throwing at the
Yeah, it was
combine.
fun. It was fun to see them throw. I saw that. Anthony Richardson, my gosh. I wanted him
Killing.
so bad. I'm sorry it didn't work out.
Killing.
But like he like literally flicked it and it went 70 yards.
Killing. We was like, I remember me and my friends were texting about it. We was just like, cause we had the fourth pick, yeah, the fourth pick in that draft. So we was and people, and at that point, everybody was saying that we was gonna take Will Levis, and I was just like, God, Will Levis. I was never high on him. I swear, I was never high on Will Levis.
Me
Every
neither.
time,
He's disgusting. He puts mayo in his freaking coffee. That's disgusting. Okay, but for real, as a quarterback, he was erratic and not polished.
exactly that's why when I mean, almost so many mocks we saw that we was always mocked with Will Levis. I was just like, come on, man. We can't get somebody better than this dude. I'm like, and we was like, shoot, if it's the case, we gotta trade up and try to get CJ Stroud or something, or maybe he'll fall. I think that was the first thing me and my friends were saying. It was like we really wanted CJ Stroud at first. We was like, man, we should trade up and get CJ Stroud. I wonder how much that would cost
Were
us
you
to get
not
him.
wanting Bryce because of his size?
I think we pretty much knew that Bryce was gonna be picked at one.
Oh, so you just
So
knew that was going to happen. Okay.
yeah, Yeah, we was thinking Bryce was probably gonna get picked at one. So we was just like, well, CJ Stroud, like if he this is he's like, and then I was like, CJ Stroud is obviously our first option, but Anthony Richardson got to be our second option because I'm like Will Levis. I'm totally out on. Do not like them as far as like his play on the field. I just wasn't. Even when I watched his highlights, I was just like, bro. And matter of fact, I
Did he?
watched like
Go ahead. Go ahead.
matter of fact, I watched like a probably two or three of his games in college. And I just remember like him like being so up and down like in those games. Like he'll have like these moments where he'd be throwing all over the field, and he had like extremely like great arm, but he would just be, and then all of a sudden he just start throwing these interceptions. I'd be like, "Whoa, you was just throwing great passes. Wait, what are you doing?" And it's like, and like I feel like every game I watched, it was like that, and especially when they play good teams too. He was never good in those games. He might have had like one good game against a good team, I think. But yeah, that was definitely one of my favorite moments. Um, and then like I said, knowing. And then I guess like after that like performance Anthony Richardson had, I think I was at that point I was like I'm okay with us drafting him if we can. I was just like if we can get him that'd be cool too. I think another moment Shaquem Griffin, the dude with one hand. I
Yeah,
mean, yeah, like him, like I mean
with
he
a
had like
twin brother.
yeah, like that what he ran like a 4.3 and like the 40-yard dash, and he had like 20 reps on the bench
That
press.
was cool.
I mean, like seeing that story was pretty cool and incredible. I mean, I remember seeing that,
And he
and I
made.
was
I mean, even if he didn't last in the NFL for very long, he made millions of dollars. You know.
absolutely. I mean, he was in the league for a few couple years. I mean, I forget exactly how many, but I mean, he did it. He was in there for a couple years and actually was able to play with one hand. So that's a great feat in itself, you know.
Yeah.
So for sure. And then I think I just like watching like the 40-yard dashes, like the receivers, like seeing like John Ross, Xavier Worthy when they were like going like what they ran like both ran like 4.2, I think it was in the combine. So I mean those dudes
Everybody loves
always
the
watch.
dash.
I'm telling you, the receivers, you be must see by man. Let me see what the receivers gonna do, especially if, like nowadays they tell you players that they think might run like fast. So you're always like, okay, this they're projecting he's gonna be like one of those like one of the faster
KC
players.
Concepcion
Oh
from
yeah,
Texas A&M. You know what I'm talking about? That's what
yeah,
people are saying.
yeah, yeah. Zach, Zachariah Branch, they said he might run like a good one. Yeah, so I was like, yeah, those two, and I
Braden
think there's a
Smith,
couple
I
other
believe,
players.
as well.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. What's his name from? There's a couple. I think it was a couple LSU players they were saying too.
Yeah.
Um, so
What
I'm definitely
position?
looking for wide receiver. Yeah,
Receiver.
yeah.
Those
So
LSU receivers.
yeah. They're known for always known for being productive. I don't really know how high they are on the boards as far as like receivers, as far as production, what they did last year because they kind of had like a down year compared to what they were supposed to do, but they're definitely on the radar as far as the 40-yard dash and having a good time. I guess my next question to you is, what would you say? Okay, how important do you think the NFL Combine is as far as like its influence towards players getting drafted and like how high? And do you just as a
oh,
young person?
oh no, I was just breathing it, but I was. That's a good question. Um, I think the importance is the interaction with the teams, like the way that these are just like names on a board for the most part, and a lot of the times, like they just hear this person says this person says this person says he's a good guy, but
Mm-hmm.
like you never really interact with them. So
Right.
interviews are, I think, one of the biggest parts, and the other biggest part is the medicals, like just
Mm-hmm.
doing like a full body MRI and making sure there's no problems with anything, you know.
Yeah, I definitely think. Um, you would say that's more than the drills itself, right?
That's the only reason the combine exists because of those things. The drills are
Exactly.
secondary.
Yeah, for
The
sure, for
drills are
sure.
more for the audience.
Just to see what people got a little bit.
And
Yeah.
then also it is important during the drills to like either confirm or deny the tape. So
Hmm.
that's one part. Like nobody sees like somebody run like a 4-2 and then their tape is horrible and then it's like, "Oh wow, now he must be good." It's more so when they're looking to confirm, okay, what's his functional speed? He looks good. He's fluid. Like, how fast can he close the gap? Ah, okay. The 10-yard split was like, very good. So
Hmm.
that's what they're looking at more.
Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah. I definitely think that's definitely the case, and I think so because some people are saying like I've heard some people say like at this point like why don't they just get rid of the drills if people think doesn't think it's as important as like the other stuff, but
Man,
I'm
I wish
like
more people did the 3 cone drill. That's the one I want to see.
oh drink cone drill, man, that's dope. I
The
think
change of
I like I
direction.
like I like seeing that one for sure.
I know most people aren't doing it anymore. It's lame.
Hey man, everybody's trying to protect themselves
I
and
know. Hey, yeah, worker protections. I get it, but as a consumer of the product, I want to witness
yeah, yeah,
it.
for sure. Um, what position in your group you think the combines helps the most? I mean, we seen like I guess we seen like the defensive backs like when they run like a 4-2-4-3, people are like more excited about them, and then receivers too get drafted early, like their stock goes higher because of their speed. I mean, even in addition to like the production on the field. So, which position group you think it helps the most?
Huh. It's interesting. I never thought about it like that. Um, I would say it can help possibly receivers the most because that gauntlet drill like
Oh
really
yeah,
when you like catch it like quickly and then you can get the speed going and everybody's looking for a receiver that can take the top off. So if you run a good 40 on top of that, like because you're like probably the only position on the field that it matters, like your straight line speed, like um and then obviously explosiveness, vertical, 3 cone drill, change of direction, slant. I think receivers can help themselves the most out of any position.
yeah, I think so too. And I think because we seen players that are like super fast that like got drafted like earlier, like in the first or second round, and then like they don't pan out. Like of course John Ross is probably the best best example. Like the Bengals drafted him, and then like him like really not
They
doing
didn't use him
anything.
right either. They put him as like an X receiver. Are you joking?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. So it did work out for him. Yeah, that was rough. That's rough. Just thinking about it because like people was just like I remember like people were hyping him up, especially like in fantasy, bro. Like people was like, "Yeah, John Ross, man, you got to draft him this year." I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah. I was like, I gotta see it before I can draft this man
do you
because
know their reasoning? Because he ran fast in a straight line. That's wild. Tell me you don't know anything about football without telling me you don't know anything about That's the reason he should be a top 10 pick because he ran fast in a straight line. Do you know the duties of a wide receiver? I mean, that should
That's
at
what,
the very least like be like, okay, I'll give you some consideration, but nope,
right.
straight to the top.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, the Tavon Austin treatment.
Oh man. Yeah, that's crazy. I definitely think defensive backs, it helps defensive backs too, because I think like when people like, I think the speed of defensive backs, because of the way they have to change direction and the speed, like it definitely helps them if they're faster. I think teams like tend to like draft those guys too, like they're faster. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, he got a 4.3 speed too,
Can't keep
and
up
the tape.
with fast receivers that are going into straight.
Yeah. I feel like those players are probably more, they pan out and bend more than like the fast receivers that they do, the fast receivers that we see. Although, I mean, if used right, the fast receivers can help. Because Xavier Worthy definitely came on like this year, like this past season for the
Hey,
Chiefs.
that's, I mean, it's going to be cool to see because he's somebody that's like my size. So, like,
Yeah,
it's interesting. It'd be interesting to see like how somebody like that can fare in the NFL. Because hey, I can kind of catch myself too. I have a kind of good hand-eye coordination. If I was that fast, maybe I could do it. If Homeboy can do it.
for sure, for sure. Was there any player that you were looking forward to, like seeing at the combine, or you just
Yeah,
want to
I'm
you?
very interested to see how Jacob Rodriguez, the linebacker we've been talking about, does. I want to see just if he's an above average athlete. If he is, I'll be very excited to draft him. Like I want him. Like he already said he met with the Panthers
The
too,
team, the Panthers today, yeah, yeah,
which is cool. But yeah, him. On top of that, I'm curious to see how Kenyon Sadiq does. Just out of curiosity,
yeah,
I don't really want him.
yeah,
If we get him, I'm not going to be unhappy. I just don't really want a tight end of
yeah.
that
First round pick, yeah,
of that archetype. Yeah, like a tier down from Tyler Ward. If he was Tyler Warden, I would say yes, undoubtedly. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah,
but it's like a tier
oh yeah,
down and not very productive in college. It's more of a project kind of thing. I mean, I would, if he ends up being a stud, I would love it.
yeah,
But I just, I that wouldn't be my first choice at 19. Maybe if we traded back a little bit, but I'm
yeah,
curious to see how he does. On top of that, KC, the receiver, Concepcion,
yeah,
uh,
yeah,
yeah, I want to see how fast he runs his 40. Because if we were to get him, it would be because he would add a dimension to our offense that could stretch the field. So that would be cool. Um, yeah, I mean, I guess kind of curious seeing those linebackers to CJ Allen and Sonny Styles. Just see how they all stack up.
yeah.
Few
I heard,
players.
yeah, I heard like Sonny Styles, like people are like saying like how incredible of an athlete he is. So yeah, I definitely want to
Yeah.
see how he looks. Yeah,
Dude
and then
looks.
like,
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. I
and
was
then I
just
was
gonna
gonna
say he
say,
walked in looking like a safety almost, like a
yeah,
bull
yeah,
safety.
yeah. And I think none of the player was Jeremiah Love, like seeing like him. Yeah, I
Running
think
back
seeing him.
from
Yeah, the
Notre
running
Dame.
back from Notre Dame. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they said he's a great athlete, so I want to see what he does too. Because people are talking about taking him like in the top 10. So I'm like, I mean, I like it. I like
We'll
it. I seen
see.
his tape because
We'll
people were
see.
like trying to compare him like the Jameer Gibbs and B. John. So I'm like, okay, let's see. Yeah, we'll see what happens with that for sure. But yeah, man, and other news, um, oh yeah, the Chiefs, man, they really. I heard a lot of people are like mocking him to the Chiefs at 9, which would be interesting. I know they want. I know the
That would
GM
be
was
messed
saying
up. I don't know why they don't have a good running back. It's like they didn't care at all.
they, I guess they
They just
tried.
like
One,
got Isaiah Pacheco in the 7th round. They were like, okay.
yeah, and and then I guess the first round pick with Clyde Edwards-Helaire didn't work out. Remember when they got him at the end of like the first
Oh,
round?
they got PTSD from that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who else was in that draft. I forget. It was somebody. It was some other running backs that were better than him
Was it
in that draft.
Jonathan? It wasn't Jonathan Taylor. That's
Oh, I think it was Jonathan Taylor. That's what it was. I think it
okay.
was.
It
Yeah,
was okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what people were saying. They was like, oh yeah, that's why they didn't draft another running back early because of that. Yeah. I remember it was funny because I remember when they drafted him, people was like, "Oh man, the Chiefs did it again, man. They got a steal at the end of the draft, man."
At the end of the first round, they got the Clyde Edwards-Helaire. LOL. It's so hard to tell with a running back, though. It really is. That's where it's like, you can't really. It's the same way with tight ends. Like the best ones are like fifth round picks sometimes. Like
Yeah,
it's like running backs and tight ends, and I'm like, why invest in a first rounder then? In my mind, that's why when
yeah.
I see Kenyon Sadiq, and I'm like, I'll pass maybe. Like
It's really a luxury at that point. You
the
have to have like
luxury. Yeah, it's like if you have everything already perfect, like let's see what this guy becomes. Like,
exactly. Like you can't have any other glaring needs and then pick like a tight end or somebody like that. And people just like, oh
a tight
man,
end
like
like
what you got?
that. Like a tight end like Tyler Warren, I would
Well, yeah,
understand.
yeah, yeah.
But like a tight end like that, that's not really a complete tight end.
Right. Yeah, that would be definitely tough. So yeah, I definitely think that they that's a good thing. I mean, it'll be interesting. I mean, the Chiefs. I mean, I guess the offensive line. I guess they're gonna stick with what they have, but I'm interested to see how that works. They obviously need a receiver too. I mean, receiver is good. Xavier Worthy is good, but I still feel like they need another receiver.
Yeah.
Um, so it'll be interesting. I
I mean,
definitely
if
think they
Rasheed
probably.
Rice is a free man by the end of
Oh yeah, is that still pen? They still it's you know, it's
constantly,
crazy. I don't know. It's a lot of off the field stuff with with
right?
the Chiefs. They got a lot of interesting players over
I mean, you
there.
got to sell your soul a little bit for those Super Bowl rings.
I think another thing I saw is the Eagles, man. This whole drama with AJ Brown. I think I saw the quote from Nick Sirianni. Basically said they asked him if he thinks that AJ Brown will be on the team next year, and he said he will. I can't guarantee how anything is going to play out. That's what he said. I'm just like, okay.
Man, this time of year, dude, with these things, I can't guarantee. That is wild. Yeah, I mean, what do you say if you know for a fact that you're going to be exploring other options? I don't know. Like, what do you say?
At this point, I mean, you might as well see what they can get from right. While his stock is still high, I guess. I mean,
Seems to be the
why
case.
not? Why not? But I mean, there's so many teams that will go after him though if they had the chance to, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the Bills, the Ravens, Chargers. I feel like all those teams would go after him for sure.
Oh
Um,
my gosh. Could you imagine him on the Chargers? Oh, they would be so good.
they'll be tough. And the Chargers have a lot of cap space this year. I saw that. Like they have a lot of cap space. So
I hope he doesn't go to
definitely.
the Chargers. Actually, you know what? I don't want to. Maybe if that's the best case scenario for his life and it'll make him happy and whatnot, I don't want to be the person to not allow that. But it sounds like it would be OP.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want him to go anybody in the AFC just because I'm a Colts fan. And
Right.
but if there's a team in the NFC that wants him, like if he goes to 49ers, I wouldn't care about that too much. And that would hurt for my fantasy purposes too, because I have him in my league. But but
Not for fantasy purposes.
yeah, so but other than that, it should be interesting. Like, I actually did do the 49ers would be a good option for him because they do need a receiver. But I don't know if the Eagles would trade to the 49ers because it's in the NFC. So I mean, they probably prefer to trade them in the AFC.
Yeah.
Um, like I said, man, we've heard, oh yeah, the Shador situation in Cleveland. Um, I it sounds like they're leaning towards like, I mean, I guess a competition again, just to see what happens. But they said they like what they seen from
Is
Shador,
that
and I
what
guess
Todd, homeboy from the Ravens, said? Todd Munkin?
that's what the GM said.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I mean, I would have imagined it was a competition. Like, Shador didn't necessarily earn the starting
yeah,
job, but like, I just want him to have a fair shot because I think if he has a fair shot, I would kind of bet on him a little bit. I feel like he continuously exceeds expectations. Yeah,
yeah.
he's
I mean,
misunderstood as a person, but like as a player, he can succeed expectations.
yeah, for sure. And if he's given a fair shot, he'll be able to prepare a certain way that he can actually go out there
Yeah,
and
that he
produce
didn't,
and play
that he
well,
wasn't able to last year as a fifth round pick coming in.
for sure. And the Browns need to upgrade their offensive line because it's terrible. I mean,
Yeah,
like watching, like I didn't watch much of the Browns last year until Shador got in there. But when I did watch them, I was just like, bro, this offensive line is not good. And I knew they had backups out there too, but still, even still, I'm like, bro, even this, I'm like, bro, upgrade your offensive line.
oh,
But yeah, I mean that was interesting. Um, the whole Aaron Rodgers thing with the Steelers. I mean, they said they had discussions with him, but they
yeah,
don't know exactly what he's gonna do.
with his coach from day one, his day oneer, Mike
Oh
McCarthy.
yeah, and I feel like I don't know what the Steelers is gonna do. I really not even I don't even care too much anymore because the Steelers are just not relevant to me right now. So I'm like, at this point, I'm like, it, Aaron Rodgers, he might decide until like when he I forget when he decided last year. It had to be in training camp when he decided they was coming back, like right before training camp.
It
So,
was literally before training camp, like months later,
so I could see him doing
months
that
after
again. Like,
free agency. I mean, I was like, dog, why are you doing that to the team? Do they know? Are you just like holding off for the official announcement? Or are you just like the day before training camp? Yes, hangs up.
I feel like he'll
Aaron
do.
Rodgers just said yes.
He's the type of person to do that same thing again. Like I feel like he'll do the same thing.
Annoying. He's not a good person. He's not a good
But
human being. That's not a good way to interact with people.
it's definitely crazy. I'm like, bro, why are you like that?
Why
But
you like that?
he definitely has some interesting personality traits in that way.
Yeah.
But also, I think for the main part, it sounds like most teams are looking at addressing their offensive line and then the defense because most people are saying like the Seahawks, like they see how like the Seahawks and the Eagles were able to like you like have used their depth at defensive line and deploy like different players on their defense at the line of
The
scrimmage to
Eagles were able to, is that what you said? The Eagles and Seahawks?
yeah.
Eagles, yeah,
Because those are the
exactly.
last two Super
Yep.
Bowl winners. Because people were asking like questions like, what do you take from the Super Bowl winner and what they
They're both
did?
able
So
to,
yeah,
to have that depth in the trenches, yeah. And then especially sturdy offensive line too. Charles Cross has become one of the better pass protectors in the league.
definitely. Like you said, man, everybody's gearing up. So I mean, for a new season, and it's like we talked about this in the last pod. How there's so many good teams in the league, so it can be anybody's year to go out there and win a division. You never know who's going to win it.
Right.
Nobody expected the Broncos and the Patriots to win their divisions. I mean, some people were picking them,
It's so much more fun
but
this way.
it's random. But yeah, still, yeah. I mean, like I
It's
said,
so
there's
much
only a
more
couple
fun.
of teams that's like sorry, yeah, it's like bad, and the rest of the teams are like good if healthy. You know,
Right. It's so much more fun. Like to have a team like the Seahawks pop up randomly, like, and the Patriots to get good again, even though it sucks that it's the Patriots because they had had
Patriots,
such
but
a
still,
they had such a
it's
rate of
different
dominance for the last 20 years prior. But like, still, it's fun that a team that's so bad and the Panthers can like go like any given Sunday makes it way more fun for everybody.
for sure. I do hope that Lamar and Josh Allen can get some number one weapons though this year, bro, because their teams have
I can't believe they
basically.
haven't yet, and also I can't believe they fired Sean McDermott.
That's still a head scratcher. I still don't know why they did that, bro. It's like,
Wild.
and just to hire
Yeah,
he
his
that was
understudy Joe Brady.
Joe Brady. I mean, how much different is it going to be with him at the helm?
Panthers legend.
Literally, Joe Brady. I mean, like it's his fault that the personnel wasn't good, and GM gets to keep his job.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Um, One thing I think I want to say, Bryce Young, man. I don't know. I'm pretty sure. Have you seen his interview on the Pivot?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Oh man, like this seeing like him like talk about like how he operated after like being benched and was able to overcome it and like get back on the field and produce. I mean, I thought that was a dope story.
That
Like
was
how he
awesome.
was overcome.
And it
Yeah,
was like Bryce being the most open we've seen. I mean, kind of ever, because usually Bryce is very media trained, which I don't blame him. He's just a
yeah,
guy. He's just a human being. Like he knows that everything that he says is going to be amplified. Why give anything any fodder? You know what I mean? Any, but
needs
like
to.
but it's also cool. Like now that he's like kind of lax, kind of aware of everything, and it is in an environment that he already had an interview with before, and just be kind of honest. You know, like that
Yeah.
story of him putting Atlanta into his GPS and just driving.
Oh, you're just driving. You just clearing your
I
head.
love it. I love it. It makes me feel like okay, he's really like, he cares about this. He's human. Sometimes I'm like, is he a robot or is he a human being? Like
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely those moments right there, like when you're at your worst, that make you the strongest. Be able to overcome it, and, like come back up on top. I mean, that builds your
yeah.
character, and definitely. And I mean, I think that's a story that's inspiring. It can be inspiring for others too.
Oh, certainly.
People that are going through different things, and just to hear that. I mean, the way it was. I mean, because he was a number one overall pick, getting benched. Like it's crazy
And it's
because
like he couldn't even be mad, like because he knew like the product wasn't what it needed to be. He could be mad
exactly
because he could think it wasn't my fault, but he couldn't be
right.
mad like thinking like the other person perceiving it isn't like, okay, well, something needs to change because this isn't working. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah. So he drove to Atlanta.
Yeah. Such a dope story. And just to see his journey, him being able to, I mean, have some of his best games on the national stage and in
Yeah.
the
When
playoffs.
he came
Like it,
back, him and Jalen Coker popped off at the same time. I knew it was meant to be. Like, literally, I remember watching that Broncos game. Like, oh my gosh, with Jalen Coker doing so well and Bryce doing so well, like I was thinking, okay, this could be this could be something. And at that time, nobody was thinking that. They're thinking both of these guys are backups that aren't going to do anything because it was
right.
still, that was still when Andy Dalton was, quote unquote the starter.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Definitely. So that was, I mean, I thought that was a dope story and a dope, I mean, interview, period. Just,
it was great.
him being, yeah, for sure. Um, Before we get out of here, any last words before we get out of here? Anything
Uh,
you got
I
get off your
mean,
chest?
go Hornets, go Panthers. Honestly, the Hornets are on a streak right now, so I'm excited to continue to see what they can do.
Oh yeah, for sure. The Hornets are balling. I mean, they're playing extremely well, and I mean, like I said, NBA season is in full swing. March Madness coming
Yeah,
up, so that should be exciting as well. We'll talk about that a little bit for sure. Uh,
NCAA. Yeah. Oh
yeah,
yeah, I'm curious just because of the draft prospects, like Boozer from Duke. I want to know how
Cameron
he.
Boozer, AJ
Yep.
Depend's son,
Yep.
Darren
Aaron
Peterson.
Peterson. Yeah, Jinx.
Yeah, my guy Caleb Wilson from UNC. Gotta rep him too. Gotta
Yeah.
rep him too. Yeah, so I mean, and so many other good players in this college class too. So it should be a very fun March Madness this year.
Oh yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
That should be
I'm gonna,
good.
I'm gonna be curious to see who makes their legacy because I'm thinking, all right, somebody needs to fall a little bit, just a little bit, so that the Hornets can get them because we're making the playoff push.
I think. I mean, if you can get, man,
And
there's
we
some
have
good
other
players in this year.
teams picks too. I think the Suns,
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Because y'all traded. They traded Mark
Mark
Williams for
Williams.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So they definitely have some capital. So it should be interesting. I think. Yeah, it's a good draft to have multiple picks for
Yeah.
sure.
So we could trade up.
Definitely. But as we always say, as we get out of here, John already said, "Go Panthers, go Hornets," which is new for us a little bit. Go Colts, keep pounding for the shoe. Y'all have a good week.